What up, guys? This is Derek Larger, and it is the end of day one of free agency in the NFL. I'm very excited to tell you guys about all that has happened today and in the past few days that has come to the NFL. First thing I want to do is to make sure to tell you guys that some of my future videos will include March Madness coming up soon. It would be either this weekend or upcoming this week. Or next week, I mean. And then I was told to do a Sydney video about Sydney Yellow Jacket sports, so I will be doing that next week. I will also be talking about the mock drafts for the NFL, and I'll be doing team videos in regards to all the NFL teams. I will also be doing one soon about the BG Falcons. So make sure y'all continue to watch these videos. I love the support that you guys give me. The more you watch these videos, the more I know what to talk about, and I know more about what to say, and what I'm doing is good. So, wanted to give a shout out to two guys who got triple doubles tonight. LeBron James, my man King James, got his 50th career triple double and his 8th of the season in a losing effort to the Pistons. Got a really good game behind him. He was definitely going into beast mode tonight. Russell Westbrook continued to be Russell Westbrook, notching his 31st triple-double of the season, tying Wilt Chamberlain for the second most in a season all time. Congratulations, Russell. And shout out to my dudes Patrick McLean, Trey Wentz, and Ben Spangler, and all you other guys watching these videos. Thanks for the support, and I hope you guys continue to watch. So, what I'm going to do with this video is there was a lot more that happened in free agency in the last few days than what I'm about to tell you guys. But I'm going to go over some of the main ones in regards to the big named players that I could think of and give you guys a ranking on how I think that trade helps or doesn't help. And then I will also talk about the Colts off-season so far in regards to signing, releasing guys, and people retiring, stuff like that. And then I'll talk a tad bit about the Redskins in regards to that. So, first thing in state of business, this is just an observation. The Redskins have fired their GM after two seasons. The Cowboys are expected to trade Tony Romo. The initial report was that he was going to be released today, and we think that is actually going to happen. But now they're expecting to trade Tony Romo. I heard combating reports that he may not be released just yet, but we're going to continue to see that happen. But if Romo were to be traded, that would definitely be released, that would be a B, in my opinion, because that's going to give emphasis on Dak Prescott, and a C if he's not released. So, Stephon Gilmore to the Patriots. That's a B+ in my opinion. Great pickup by the Patriots. Tyrod Taylor staying is a B- in my opinion. Definitely, he's a seasoned quarterback. He may not be the best one, but he's still seasoned compared to some others. Jay Cutler being released by the Bears, and the Bears getting Mike Glennon. I rank this as a C+. You could obviously tell tensions were tough between the Bears and Jay Cutler, but I don't necessarily think it was on great terms and what they got from releasing him. So, we'll continue to see more as that progresses. Brandon Williams to the Ravens. Defensive tackle, got a big, massive deal. I think that's a B+. That's already going to help an outstanding defensive line by the Ravens. Kenny Britt signed and Brock Osweiler signed to the Browns. The Browns gave up about 4 or 5 picks gave up 4 picks, I believe, for Brock Osweiler. This is a C+ in my opinion. You're getting a quarterback. You're getting a receiver especially. But I think that giving up 3 or 4 picks for a guy that barely kept a starting job with the Texans and a guy that wasn't as good as Terrell Pryor. I think Terrell Pryor should have gotten this contract that Kenny Britt was getting. So I would rank this as a C+ for the Browns. This doesn't help them much. The Jaguars acquiring A.J. Boye from the Texans. I think rank this as a B+ because I believe it is a great pickup for the Jaguars, who already have a great rookie in Jalen Ramsey and a pretty decent secondary in Jacksonville. They're definitely looking to solidify their defense, which has definitely been an improvement for them. Brandon Marshall to the New York Giants, as what happened a couple days ago. I rank this as an A- because the Giants didn't pay much for him, but that does bring in a possession receiver to help take some of the edge off Sterling Shepard and Odell Beckham Jr. And Alshon Jeffrey going to the Eagles. Shout out to my dude Nick. You got who you wanted. That's a great pickup for you guys. I'm giving this an A because of the fact you're only paying him 1 year. You're giving him a $14 million contract. Basically, you had that money to be able to spend on someone, and it is a receiver that you guys need. A receiver that Wentz can go to anytime and make something happen. And obviously, if things don't work out that great, then you can renegotiate a contract. Ted Ginn being brought to the Saints. This is a B- in my opinion. The Saints didn't have to give up much, and it gives a great down the field stretch for Drew Brees, who can still throw the ball, especially with the awakening of Brandon Cooks, who might be leaving here soon. Deshaun Jackson to Tampa. Shout out to my dude Devin. This is one that's good for you. I'm ranking this as a B. And I only rank it as a B because Deshaun Jackson is not the Deshaun Jackson that we all know and love. But it does help Jameis Winston for when he wants to throw the long bomb, and it takes some pressure off of Mike Evans. And that's going to make it difficult for coverages. So those are some of the big trades that I saw. Obviously, there's a lot more involved, but I will continue to let you guys know more about what's going on in free agency in the next few days. And those are just some of the big ones, in my opinion, that mattered. So the Colts off season, I'll give you a basic rundown. Pat McAfee, Robert Mathis, and Joe Ritz have retired. One person that was traded was basically Dwayne Allen to the Patriots for a 4th-round pick. That was definitely a shocker to me, but I can see why he did it, giving Jack Doyle a new contract, and that definitely solidifies that we want Jack Doyle to be our guy, and Eric Swoop is going to come in and be the second guy. And speaking with the signed people, Barkevious Mingo from the Browns and Patriots, who previously had him. This is a decent pickup. I give this a C+ because, you know, there's not a lot of risk to it, but there's not a lot of upturn. At least we don't think there will be because of Mingo's previous experience, but you can only hope that he does something decent. The Colts also picked up Jeff Locke, the Minnesota punter, to replace Pat McAfee. I like this one. Some of the big names being released recently have been Mike Adams, Dequel Jackson, and a couple of other guys in free agency like Eric Walden, Trent Cole still have to decide. But so far, I like what Ballard is doing. He's trying to make the defense younger, and I do like that, and he wants to really build in the draft. And I do not expect much from the Colts in the next few days, considering Ballard has said they're not going to be insanely active. They want to rebuild through the draft. 2 guys that haven't been re-signed yet, and I think should have been, or should be, is Robert Turbin and Darius Butler. Darius Butler could get moved back, and Turbin is a good second guy and could even be a first guy for us in the future. So I'll make a quick note about the Washington Redskins. I think that this is a team that's starting to really plummet. I think when you're starting to see dysfunction. They just fired their GM. They're having issues with they just signed their coach to a 2-year contract extension who hasn't had much success in previous years. You got a quarterback in Kirk Cousins that is getting franchise tagged yet again. He wanted to be traded, but the GM said to not get your hopes up. That's going to cause problems, let alone Jordan Reed has had injury problems recently. You traded away your 2 best receivers in Pierre Garçon and Deshaun Jackson. There's a lot of just confusion going on with that offense right now, and I don't know what to expect from them in the next season. I expect this team to drop when it comes to their conference right now. I personally think that if the Eagles make 1 or 2 more moves, the Eagles might have a better chance of making the 3rd spot than the Redskins, because the Redskins have a lot more of negative conflict towards them than what the Philadelphia Eagles do right now at this point. So this was day 1 of free agency. I will continue to update you guys more about things that are going to be happening soon. I appreciate all you guys do for watching these videos. Leave a like, comment, tell your friends about it. Subscribe to me, please. I'm really trying to get this thing going. Thank you all for everything that you do. I will continue to let you guys know more information in the upcoming days and weeks about other videos. I'm Derek Larger, and until next time, guys, peace.